More croquet from the Southeast region of the United States. We spent the last couple of weeks in the western mountains of North Carolina doing the Golf Croquet Nationals. Now we fly over Pinehurst and go up to the Chesapeake Bay area in Virginia to do the Southeast Regional 6-wicket American Rules Tournament. This area is rife with Civil War history. The address is Hartfield, Virginia. And the venue is the Chesapeake Bay Croquet Club, which currently has 8 courts on that pale section of lawn in the center there. The bigger green section above is about to become 12 more courts, making it a 20-court complex. This is how it looks now from Brian Hovis's drone. This is the USCA Southeast Regional Tournament held in June of this year. And the Chesapeake Bay Croquet Club is about to get a lot bigger. This regional tournament is sanctioned and sponsored by the U.S. Croquet Association, which also sponsors this channel and can be accessed at that URL. We'll put that in the description as well, along with additional contact information. Turning the drone around and coming in from the north gives you another perspective on how big this place is going to be. Tournament director is Macey White, the developer of this complex. Steve Thurston is the tournament manager. Brian Hovis does the video camera work on the drone, and I do the editing and commentary. This is game 1 of a semifinal between Rick Shealy and Gil Rocha. Rick Shealy probably won the toss. He's starting with blue and black. He's a -1.5 handicap who's been playing croquet for a long time. He actually joined the USCA in 1996. He's won the Seniors Nationals twice, in singles and once in doubles.
Ready when you are.
Rick and Mike Weimerskarts have been the backbone of the croquet program in Minneapolis forever until they got swept up by putt-putt golf last year. They've both been figures in the national croquet scene for 30-odd years. Rick now lives in Richmond and plays an awful lot of his croquet here at the Chesapeake Bay venue. The explosive sound effects come from the shooting range on the other side of that line of trees in the distance there. I couldn't help playing with that, and you'll see the results at the end of the video. Rick's opponent is Gil Rocha, a 3 handicap. He was probably higher than that because he got a lot of tracking points in this tournament. He's from Dickerson, Maryland, and lists the West River Wickets Croquet Club as his home venue. He was 2 out of 4 in block play to just make it out of block, actually, but he's done really well in the knockout, beating none other than Macey White, who is the owner and developer of this complex and whose handicap is -2.5. Rick, on the other hand, was undefeated in block play, but the highest point total in his 4 games was 13. I chatted with him about that, and he said he was post-COVID and felt like he was in a fog the whole tournament. He was just playing defensive croquet, trying to win. And he's a master at that. Very nice. He's putting that ball off the approach line to the hoop, so if Sheila got in and went around, he couldn't knock it away when he made two back. They're chatting with Macey White in the golf cart, your tournament director as well. I can't tell whether Rick played blue or just passed. He could have considered giving black a rush to red in corner 2 for an attack or a croquet out. He didn't do that because yellow's being in the jaws of 1 makes either of those scenarios pretty risky. Get out your Danny Honeycutt tactics board and work it out, and you'll see that either an attack or a croquet out has to leave a ball out on the lawn as a potential target for yellow. Danny told me that Howard Sosa now produces those tactic boards, and they're sold in the pro shop at the National Croquet Center. It's a pretty useful little tool. I've had a bunch of aha moments moving those little magnetic pieces around and realizing that what I was trying to do was impossible. A lot of folks would have rolled blue and black to the hoop and tried to keep going, but I think Rick wants to guarantee that he makes the hoop and doesn't mind giving red that shot on black. No such thing as a guaranteed hoop. So Gil gets the first break opportunity of the game. Notice how Gil starts here with his hands together and then slides his right hand down the shaft so he gets enough roll on the striker ball to get to black. He might have been better off to leave his hands together, do a big, strong stop shot, putting blue in better pioneer position at 4 and getting close to black at the same time. He did, however, correctly prioritize getting a rush on black so he could make 3. This is something that just takes practice, practice, practice. And you got to practice that too. He's waiting to bring yellow in until he can get red in a useful position.
You didn't get the one sitting on top, did you? Yeah, I'll drop that one. Yeah.
Is he really setting up at 2 instead of giving black a rush? Got to be COVID fog. He just gave Gil a 3-ball break. And now, because Rick set up blue at hoop 2, Gil has a second 3-ball break in hand with yellow, and Rick has to do something about it. Horseshoes and hand grenades. Sweet. He's keeping the hoop 3 pioneer inside the rectangle of the outside 4 hoops, makes the distances shorter, the split shots narrower, and the break just tidier and less likely to fail. So instead of a break to the peg, he makes 1 hoop and gets 2 ball dead. Oh well. Brian Zindelin to watch this one. He's an up-and-comer from Southern Illinois. He's a big-time farmer who plays in Jekyll Island, and he's also played at my place in Indianapolis. He's a pilot. He probably flew to this tournament. This is awfully basic, I apologize, but this has to be watched because blue can move yellow without hitting it because yellow's in contact with the stanchions. If that happens, It's not a Croquet, but blue is responsible for yellow's position, which becomes important in wiring situations later. Now here you can see Rick keeps his hands together, keeps it simple, a nice drive shot. Didn't have to hit a stop shot because Gil placed the hoop 3 Pioneer so beautifully. If it's in contact with both stanchions at the same time, he gets to have the hoop reset and gets another shot. That's Linda Trifon out to officiate. She's from Mississippi, which is in the Southeast region, and she's the new regional VP for the Southeast region. And all experienced croquet players are decent gardeners as well. The basic injuries available in croquet are breaking an ankle from stepping on a ball, tripping over a hoop and breaking your wrist in your fall, and tearing a rotator cuff doing this. And Nora Settlemeyer insists that when you're pounding in hoops, you should do it over the stanchion, because if you do it in the middle, you're going to bend that horizontal bar eventually. Technically,
Yes.
he should call time in as he just did. But if he didn't, they would just restart the clock when he hits blue. And this is an equipment timeout, which isn't charged to either player. The game clock was stopped, and the shot clock, had there been one, would have been reset. And the advantage of a good pioneer is it takes the pressure off your split shot because you don't need a rush on it to use it effectively. It's a little different if you're trying to run a triple or a sextuple peel in AC, or heaven forbid either one of those in American rules. Sharif Abdul-Wahab has run a sextuple peel in American rules, basically for the same reason that Mallory climbed Mount Everest. He would have preferred to keep going, but a break that started after yellow's stuff, 2, got him 4 hoops, and he's only dead on red, so he'll take it. Marvelous distance control. Now, watch this decision-making process in maximizing your chances. Black is for 2 and is going to have a line rush to its hoop, but it's from peg high, which is not optimal. It takes a pretty good cut to get there. Red wants a better rush to his hoop so that he doesn't mess up and leave black with a 3 or 4 ball break. But that allows black to optimize his rush. And now red's going to do exactly what it would have done in the first place. Only now black is in much better position to respond. Would he have been better off to take this rush when he first had it? Discuss. To quote Mike Myers playing Linda Richmond on Saturday Night Live, about the time that Rick Shealy started playing croquet. These balls might be close enough that he could hit it dead straight with an exaggerated follow-through, double tap red and get them out of bounds close to each other. Double tap's legal in a Croquet. But he chooses a more traditional scatter shot, avoiding deadness on yellow, but
Red did not get off.
which makes it a little vulnerable. He has two balls over by 3, but one's on the boundary and one's in about 3 feet. So getting to them in this split shot would be a challenge. His partner ball blue, however, is for hoop 6. Deadness complicates it a bit, but let's see how he handles it. And yellow is only live on black. Black's 3-ball dead now, so get it clean and set the lead. So blue is for 6, but blue's dead on red, so he has to give blue a rush to hoop 6 with the black ball. Here you could argue that if you really wanted to run a break, he would have put red in pioneer position at 1 back, because he can't use red until he makes 6. So 2 hoops and a nice lead for blue, but he forced himself into a ball-to-ball break. Either that or he's so clever I can't figure it out. These retired physicians are a sneaky lot.
That comes back. They both saw it.
I didn't see it.
They must have moved. They both saw it. Yeah.
Even slowing it down, I couldn't tell that he hit blue, but when you hit a ball you're dead on, they all go back. So, a tricky little ball-to-ball to keep the break going. I think it was COVID fog that made him leave red where he did. But now that he's here, he's going to put his foot on Gil's neck rather than try to score a whole bunch of hoops. Blue in corner 3 keeps red from joining up with yellow. This may be the influence of Archie Birchfield, the Kentucky farmer, tactical genius, croquet Hall of Famer that Rick and Mike Weimerskirch played a lot with back in the day. This is basically a Tice. He's trying to get red to hit black, which won't do it any good because he has to get to hoop 4. And Gil is smart enough not to take the bait. I asked Rick about the Archie Birchfield thing, and he agreed completely. We can fill a whole video with Archie Birchfield stories. Overalls, watermelons, beating everybody. He came from the clay court tradition in Kentucky that people like Paul and Gary Bennett, Dick Sullivan, and Rick Wilhoit know all about. That's basically extinct now. I know I'm wearing this analogy out, but the heavyweights retreat to their corners to start another round. The board hasn't changed, but this just demonstrates that Shealy can go for either 1 back or 4 from corner 3. Because of the deadness, though, Gil is pretty much stuck going for corner 4. So now they're going to use a bunch of turns trying to outfox each other.
Black passed as well. Red passed. Red and black passed. Blue passed.
And because Rick's ahead in a time limit game, he can afford to wait Gil out and make him go first. I know from personal experience that if he leaves the yellow ball there, Sheely's going to peg. He chooses the nuclear option and pulls it off. Rick uses the widest stance I know of amongst elite players. Black now has a rush either to hoop 5 or to those two balls, which are getting awfully close to one back, which is Blue's hoop. Sheely could do a croquet out to red, give Blue a break starting at one back, so Gil chooses a wide join to prevent that, but since yellow's dead on blue, that may not work. If Rick were behind, he would be attacking. But he doesn't want to be a hero. He just wants to win. And he's ahead. So he doesn't have to take any risks. Lovely shot, nice little rush to hoop 6. And Rick's more than happy to follow him around the court. Just like in the Indy 500, only for a different reason. It's the croquet version of following in the slipstream of the car ahead of you. Bob and Ted warn against rushing pioneers, but here it made perfect sense. Pioneers are generally more precisely placed in a croquet shot than a rush. That's why Bob and Ted say that. Rick may have done it this way so he could have a shorter shot to get a rush on yellow. But not only did blue go too far, he didn't get the rush on yellow. Looks like he's running out of gas.
Court 1.
Rulebook mandates time announcements at 15 and 1 minute left.
Thank you. How much? 13:33. Linda, could you step one to your right? That's good right there. Thank you.
And each player gets 3 1-minute personal timeouts. I don't know how long Gil's been playing croquet, but he joined the USCA in 2020. I think we're going to see more of him at this level. Not a lot of good choices here, which is why he keeps looking at the board. He could join up with red in corner 3, but they're partner dead, so that won't help. Black, the only ball he's live on, is on the boundary. So he'll go lurk in the corner near his hoop in case he gets a chance to either set up or shoot at black. This you have to see to believe. All three of these were boundary balls. There's no way in hell he was trying to miss black and hit blue, but just the same. When you try to cut it hard and miss, weird stuff happens. And because red rushed black out of bounds, red is still live on black. Which prompts me to ask why. Lovely shot, but why? I can't tell for sure if he's shooting at black or not. If he is, he ought to have it watched. Maybe he's just trying to keep black from setting up for six. And now Gil can't believe his good fortune. Either the board is wrong or COVID fog has taken over. Because even if Rick thinks it's unlikely that Gil will run a two-ball break for six hoops, there's no reason to give him the chance.
5:50? No, 7 minutes.
Yeah, COVID fog it is. Uh-oh, the fog's got Gil too. He needed a cut rush to one back to get his two-ball break going. Yes, yellow is live on black, but black is the danger ball, and it's not going to be where he puts it when it's yellow's turn.
Three minutes left in the game.
Precision on shots like this is worth cultivating. This placement of black, giving blue an easy rush to corner two, is a game winner here because it's keeping Gil from putting yellow out on the court to give red a rush to its hoop.
Court 1. 112. Golf's okay? But that's kind of a combination of a game they made up. 5 minutes. I'm going to show us how it's played.
Well, we can't do it without three ladies. We need three ladies.
And we're keeping
Don't you have eyes in the back of your head? You told me you did.
Game time, court 1.
Like a size 12 head. You gotta make that.
Black's first and last.
I heard people say that, but I didn't know that.
So Rick's up 11-7, and Gil only has one more shot. Ooh, I really wish red were dead on yellow too, because then all Rick would have to do is roquet black, put blue right behind it for the croquet shot, and pass. And red would have nothing. But red is live on yellow. Dead on black only. I'm not sure why he's not roqueting yellow and doing the scatter with yellow and blue instead of black, because this leaves red a much shorter oblique shot on a boundary ball, both of which make it easier. Gil Rocha had a heck of a tournament, got a boatload of tracking points, but falls to Rick Shealy 11-7 in game one of their semifinal. I don't have game two, but Rick won that one too by a similar score and went on to the final. We'll have the other semifinal between Randy Cardo and Adam Lassiter up next. So check out our sponsor, the United States Croquet Association. Subscribe, give us a like, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the other side. And forgive me, but I couldn't help playing with the explosive nature of Chesapeake Bay croquet.